The job of any journalist is to ask tough questions. Now, one CNN reporter is barred from the White House for doing just that. It's got many wondering if it was the journalist or President Trump's staff. The White House revoking the press pass of CNN's Jim Acosta after Donald Trump lashed out at the journalist during a news conference yesterday. And now the White House is alleging that Acosta placed his hands on an intern who tried to take the microphone away from him. But there were questions today if the video that shows the alleged contact shared by the White House, whether or not it was doctored.
On the Russia investigation, are you concerned that you may have...
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic. CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN.
That exchange is just a sampling of the fiery words Trump had for reporters. Hours later, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders calling Acosta's conduct absolutely unacceptable. She tweeted, as a result of today's incident, the White House is suspending the hard task of the reporter involved until further notice. Acosta responding, posting in part, "Don't believe the lies coming from the White House." Now stories are emerging, like this one from the Washington Post. The headline reading, "White House shares doctored video to support punishment of journalist Jim Acosta." As the paper points out, the edited video shared by Sanders looks authentic, with Acosta appearing to chop down on the arm of a White House aide as he held a microphone. But in the original video, the journalist's arm appears to move only as a response to a tussle for the microphone. And Acosta's remark to the aide saying, "Pardon me, ma'am," is not included in the video Sanders shared. The claim critics are making, the video shared by Sanders was deceptively edited to make Acosta's reaction look aggressive. Something else the Washington Post points out, the edited video was first shared by Paul Joseph Watson, who's known for his conspiracy theory videos on the far-right website InfoWars. Watson says claims he altered the video are, quote, a brazen lie. CNN says Acosta has its full support, and other news outlets speaking out too, including the New York Times editorial board, saying the CNN correspondent had every right to aggressively question the president if White House pass should be restored.
It's an attack on free speech.
It only lasts a few seconds. The White House staffer trying to take a microphone from a journalist. Now become a hot debate. Who is in the wrong? The answer coming up. The job of any journalist is to ask tough questions. Now, one CNN reporter is barred from the White House for doing just that. It's got many wondering if it was the journalist or President Trump's staff who crossed the line.
Honestly, I think you should let me run.
The exchange lasted less than 10 seconds. The White House staffer attempts to take away the microphone.
Mr. President,
In the video, CNN reporter Jim Acosta appears to nudge her arm away from him while saying,
pardon me, ma'am,
Mr. President, that's enough. Mr. President,
that one moment generating a heated debate.
frankly, I think you should have given up the microphone.
This journalism professor says the reporter should have backed down, but ultimately believes Acosta wasn't in the wrong for asking a question.
I think he was trying to do his job. I think he let it get out of hand. I don't know what I would have done.
While this broadcast journalism teacher doesn't know what he would have done, he feels the White House ban is an attack on free speech.
The media is there for the checks and balances, and whether you agree with a certain media organization or not, they are there as a conduit to the public.
Online, some not happy with the confrontation. One tweeting, "How dare he touch her like that?" Meanwhile, Alberta's premier had a few words on the topic.
The media is a fundamentally important part in the overall process of citizens holding politicians accountable.
Right or wrong, this professor believes removing press credentials over something like this could lead down a slippery slope.
My fear is it could get this way in Canada, too. I don't see it coming right away, but the way Donald Trump has taken charge there, other politicians are emulating what he does and how he acts.
In Edmonton, Rochelle Sufi,